Astronauts in Orion will dock with the lunar lander that will take them to the surface of the moon. About 24 hours after launch, 25 hours actually, Orion then conducted TLI, the translunar injection burn.
Did we do it? We might have done it.
50-second burn committed Orion to departing high.
We might have done it. We're live, baby. Hopefully. We'll find out. We are at the new home. The new house. This is the first time in the new stream room. Still bare bones, but I'll let you guys peek in on it once I have it all set up. Had a little internet connection issue jumping into it. Hopefully it's fixed now. I mean, we'll find out. Wouldn't be a stream in a new home without a bunch of troubleshooting. Everything goes fine, and then the second you go live, you have to troubleshoot. But we're back. It's been a while. Has it been a week? I don't know. I miss you guys. I don't feel like myself when I'm not streaming. Are we dropping frames? I really hope we're not. Really hope we're not dropping frames. We'll find out. Let me know if it buffers or lags or whatever. We're heading to the moon, apparently. We're heading to the moon. We're going to orbit the moon. Here we are, Artemis 2. And markets seem to enjoy it. Bitcoin is up a little bit. It's honestly, I don't know whether it's sad or funny or what it is, but we have been gone during this move for like a week, and I don't think anything's happened on the Bitcoin chart. 1, 2, 3. Like a week ago, yeah, we're right about where we left it. Interesting. We've seen some gains on oil. Oil retesting highs. This was a no-brainer. This is absolutely a no-brainer. In the time we've been gone, oil, there just isn't, I don't know, there's just not a reason to bet against oil quite yet. Retesting the highs, 115 here on U.S. oil. Where's Brent at? Where's your boy Brent? Weird. Brent trading lower than you. I don't understand. I have to look into the pair difference here. Brent had been trading higher, now trading lower than U.S. oil. Or actually really close to, never mind, that's just the chart. Really close to the same value. Looking for a breakout, in my opinion. I don't think the highs are done for oil. Especially not into April. Oh, I forgot. We haven't even been live since April. We haven't even checked out March's close. We haven't even looked at the beginning of Q2. There's so much to look at here. So much to do. I kind of want to have this Artemis stuff in the background.
He also served as chief of NASA's astronaut office from December 2020
chief
to
of
November
staff,
2022.
Astronauts office. Astronauts are cool. I wish I was an astronaut. Instead of I'm a crypto bro. Big L. We have so much to look at. It's so weird. When was the last time that I went a whole week without streaming? I don't even remember. Probably when I had like colitis or something. March has come and gone. Price opened and closed within 2% of the whole month. Here we are in April, beginning Q2. That's the big news. That's the big stuff. A lot of charts are going to have a lot of big time frame updates. Q1 closed really, really bad for Bitcoin. Almost identical to Q4. Down 22, 23% back to back. And now Q2 dawns. Let's get a little green up in here. Has Bitcoin ever seen? Yeah, Bitcoin has seen more than 2 red quarters in a row, of course. Back in 2022, we had 5 red quarters in a row. God, I hope not. In 2019, 3. And 18, we had 2 in a row. Yeah, so we have had longer streaks here. Not a great place to close. I don't think that there's going to be anything too fundamental here. We're going to, of course, have a new quarterly, monthly open, and that's always going to act as support and resistance when tested. 80, 68, 2. Right there is going to be the new open.
She is certainly getting a chance to do that. First-time flyer, Canadian Space Agency astronaut Jeremy Hansen is.
Think of this. I was so busy troubleshooting on it. I didn't even think about charts this morning. I had so much to do. The mic wasn't working. Then I got the mic working, and then the audio wasn't working for some reason. Then I got the audio working. Then the internet wasn't working. It was the whole thing. But we're here and we're back, baby. Keep saying I'm dropping frames. Not a lot of frames, but some frames. I wonder what's up with that. Benjamin Cohen's an astronaut. No, he's not. No, he's not. I'm an astronaut. I played a lot of Kerbal Space Station in my day. I even played it for you guys once, and everybody hated it. It's the most boring game ever. It's literally rocket science. Brent is a psycho. What's up, Pickle? How you doing, Crypto King? What's up, Nimoy? Evil Shenanigans. I mean, you know, the charts, maybe they are going to the moon. Earlier, Bitcoin was looking like it was going to make a breakout. And just as it even started to tickle our interest, began retracing immediately. We have the Artemis orbit. It was at 1. I believe Trump is speaking right now. I mean, he probably hasn't even started speaking yet, but he's supposed to. He will at some point. Who knows what he's saying? It's saying about Iran. I'm sure it is that we won the war, or the war's over, or that the Strait's open, or that, I don't even know. They have a deal. I can't imagine there will be a single unique or important word said during that speech. I'm going to be honest. So I'm not going to pull it up. I'm not going to watch it. If anything happens and you guys read or hear about it, see it during the live, let me know. Put it in chat. Make sure you've hit the like button, subscribed, hype it up. It's good to be back. I have a feeling we're going to have some slower streams as we've maybe dropped out of the algorithm a little bit. That's all right. Now we got 100 people here. That's not so bad. How's everybody doing? How y'all doing? How's Borge doing? How's King Peasant doing? How's Janix doing? You think he just said exactitude? I'm sure he just said exactitude. Well, Bitcoin has shown some strength here. It has. It hasn't really gotten itself out of trouble. The big thing that I like here on this chart is a higher low, a lower high, a higher low, and a higher high. It has begun an uptrend on the daily time frame. And we're going to hope that continues to play out. I don't have high hopes at the moment, but we got to keep the hopes going. Dow Jones hit 45,000 right as, I guess, Pam Bondi was removed as the top caller in chief at 50K, retracing back to exactly where we've been waiting for it. The real question is the bottom in? Is that it? Well, according to our chart, according to what we've been looking for, it's not a bad bet. Price really quickly retraced from 45,000 now up to about 47. Looking to break a higher high, paint a higher low, and maybe put on more gains into this week. I don't know how I feel about right back to all-time high. I'm not feeling that yet. We've been looking at these same kind of paths for U.S. indices for a long time. When we started talking about this in February-ish, January, February, it didn't seem very likely. Now we are all the way back to the previous high, retesting it, looking for some kind of bounce. And when we go back on indices charts, when we look to the left, we find that it's a really common move. They'll find resistance, they'll spend time under it, they'll break it, and then they'll come revisit it. We've seen that happen pretty consistently over the last few years, and there's the logical play, the logical bounce. The only chart that doesn't really fit with this would be the SPX. When we look at the Russell did it perfectly as well, came back to resistance, looking for a bounce of some kind here. But the S&P is not there yet. This is the weirdest thing to me looking at these charts. They typically move together. If one has bottomed out, I would be looking for the others to bottom out too. The SPX did not retest that high. We can see that it lost its 200-day moving average. The 50 days coming down to perform a death cross on the day. And I have a hunch that that will be when that death cross happens. Will likely be the retest or the bottom. Now, the gains it's put on are mids. They're kind of mids right now. But it's coming back to that 200-day moving average. And a rejection from there is going to spell out that 6,100. That's going to be absolutely the push down if the 200 rejects. With the way things are looking, though it is Monday, and every Monday has been a pretty bad indicator of what the week is to come in markets lately. Yeah, I'm gonna stay on the side of caution, at least for right now. I think the SPX has lower to go. I don't really know what that means for the other indices. We don't trade them or look at them quite that as often as some other charts, but it is interesting the timing, all of this coming together. While the dollar is trading sideways. I was calling for it to go higher when we were live last week, and of course, like I even said then, Every time I call something on the dollar, it just doesn't seem to do it. I don't know why. No idea. Seems very, very hard to trade. While I still believe that the dollar is looking to break out and test up as high as 103 area, it's taking its damn time. We're seeing the 100 resistance, which has been the major pivot on this chart. Honestly, all the way back to 24. You can even bring it farther back than that. Doesn't really matter. Has been tested and eaten away many, many times. Finally, it's holding lows. It's becoming more coiled. It's flagging. I think the dollar is looking to break out. It likely will put downside pressure on other assets and equities, like perhaps the SPX. Maybe the dollar breaking 100 lines up with the SPX moving back down to the previous high, seeing the death cross perform. Pretty easy peasy. Easy cheesy even. But I would say oil and the dollar are still, a week later, the biggest focuses of this week, other than the moon. The moon is the biggest focus. What is going on? Can I just ask, what is going on here, guys? I mean, I love space stuff. You guys probably love space stuff. We're nerds. That's fine. But why is this like the only trending thing? And it's not just today. It's been multiple days. It's like the only trending thing. And even more so trending than the moon mission is like flat earth weirdness. We didn't go to the moon. Like, what is going on? Why is this happening? Like, what is it? It's a definitely an anti-intellectualism thing, but like, what's happening? Who is pushing this narrative? I don't understand it. I do have a feeling it's Twitter, but why? What is it? We have a little poll going. I know you guys will get the right answer. Good. You're getting the right answer. The Earth is, and we have an oblate spheroid. It's a real thick, sexy sphere. Very nice, very juicy. Flat. 28% of you, making me very sad today. A hologram. I'll take a hologram over flat. At least that's a little more not observable kind of thing. And then 6% comment in the chat. I don't know what you guys said, but I should go find them. Keep voting in the poll. Keep hitting the like buttons. Subscribe along. Just bombs. Wait, so what's happening with that? What is happening on the old not a war? Can't call it a war because then you need congressional approval. So if you just don't call it a war, yeah, that's right, then you've bypassed all of the checks and balances that the government has set up over time. Exactly. What is going on with it?
We are now 36 minutes until we see the Integrity crew pass the Apollo 13 distance record. And joining me on console, I have Julianne Gross, the Artemis curation lead. Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
We're very excited to have you. So
I'm very excited
about your role as Artemis curation lead and what that entails?
Yeah, so for the overall Artemis campaign, I'm the Artemis lunar sample curation lead. That means I'm helping NASA to return the next set of lunar samples from the lunar surface. And for Artemis 2 specifically, I'm one of the science theme leads, and specifically I'm responsible, or the voice, for impacts, poles, and landing sites.
That work?
Fascinating. So what helped us select the targets that the crew is going to be photographing today?
We need to send Bitcoin on the next
coming
mission.
in where we basically made a list of all the available targets during the April launch window, because before you launch, we wouldn't exactly be sure which targets would be visible.
You know, you're not wrong.
So once we launched, we then were able
how much has everyone here? It's weird. Has everyone heard about this? Yeah, Aratos once said it. That the moon mission, the purpose is to test the toilet. I also have read about this toilet. Who else has read about this toilet? Is this the conspiracy? This toilet? Put a 1 in chat if you've read about this toilet for some reason. I'm putting my 1 in there. They're going to announce aliens. I really hope so. Probably a distraction, Paul. Certainly a distraction. Would I go to the moon? No, I don't. No. No, I'm good. I don't want to go to space until we've had a lot more experience in space. Now, why is Artemis pumping Bitcoin? That's the question. That's the question. It's not. It's not, but I want it to. I want it to be true. What's up, Jordan? Spring is here. It was 80 degrees yesterday, and now it's like 40 degrees out. So something's here.
Who are in nighttime will look up into the moon tonight.
Sound was a little, yeah, I don't know what, I have to make a call with Pickle, my man, probably later today or this week, and we're going to figure out the audio again. Something, while moving it, something changed. I don't really know.
Area on the near side that we can see. The crew is going to see that in the beginning.
That moon flight is total BS,
the
Johnny.
They will see. So those are targets
you're
we
better
hear
than
them
this.
describe early on in the flyby.
Fascinating. Well, and the crew has been training
Talking about the rescue
for this day, and so we're going to hear them make.
Yeah, it's really easy to just, if we just weren't there, we wouldn't have to rescue anybody.
A lot of
Just
interesting
saying.
terms that I myself need some brushing up on. So could you walk us through a few of the things that we'll hear them use to describe the moon, like albedo, exosphere, ejecta, just some of those major terms we expect to hear from the crew?
Yeah, of course. Albedo is basically a term of a reflectiveness of the surface, and so high albedo usually for the moon means
there's no
bright
closed
areas,
captions.
and low albedo means like darker areas, and so when you look into the night sky, you can see the high albedo areas are the white parts, and the low albedo ones are the darker areas. Ejecta is when you have an impact.
Are we bullish on the rescue?
Ejects or throws out
exactitude.
that then ends up on the surface.
That's a real word.
See that as sort of race or race system. So you might hear
talking about sand. Yep, I'm out. Conspiracy Theory Mondays. Yep. Well, actually, guys, I brought this up with you all before. You probably didn't remember. Probably don't remember. It's been a while, and a lot of people have kind of rotated in and out since then. It's been a few years, but we were thinking about making up our own conspiracies here. One of them is that the Earth is actually a cube. It's to one up flat earthers. Yeah, it is flat. It's flat because it's a cube, and so there's 6 sides and they're flat. What do you mean it's just one side? That's silly. That doesn't even make sense. That was one we made up. The other one we made up is that Egypt isn't real. That Egypt is made up, just like Egypt is made up. And then if anyone asks you questions, you don't answer them. You just say, yes, it was made up. It's a hoax. The pyramids are everything in Egypt is also a hoax then. The pyramids, a hoax. That one I like because it's just like fundamentally you can just go there and prove it not true. And I feel like that is this like kind of the good spirit of a conspiracy is that say you could try to do it, try to prove it or not, but you choose not to. You choose not to. So what was the other ones? There was a few good ones. Those are the 2 I remember off the top of my head. We talked about this like 2 years ago. I agree though. We should send Carl to the moon. Carl the moon belongs on the moon. What's up, 𝐂𝐡? What's up, Tom? How you doing, man? You guys all heard about this toilet, so maybe it is something to do with these toilets. Doing plays on stocks, Meta, Tesla. Yeah. I mean, we have been. Certainly have not looked at Nike. I don't know if I've looked at Meta or Microsoft recently, but Tesla, I placed a long on it live on stream very recently, and it looks like it's nuked. I actually took this one. I guess it got stopped out. Oh wait, this. There we go.
During that Lunar Flyby Science Crew Conference, our
Let's see if that's still open. I don't think it is.
Console 𝐂𝐶 𝐕𝐢𝐿 will be speaking directly with the crew members about their.
Space stuff. I love space stuff, dude. It's such a nice break from gibberish. Just from the gibberish, you know. Space stuff, it's all numbers, it's all quantifiable. I love it. Let me speed this up, make sure we're at the most recent films. Wow, I have this like playing at like a million p. 156.
The crew will pass the distance from Earth record set by Apollo 13 in 1970. At 2:45 p.m., lunar flyby officially begins. The crew will have that time on their schedules to begin photographing and providing audio recordings of what they are seeing on the moon.
7 o'clock is when the closest approach will happen.
Orion will make its closest approach to the moon, approximately 4,070 miles away. Of course, all of these numbers are going to have to be confirmed following the flyby.
Catch up with the live stream. There we go. We caught up.
Crew will become the first
to
see a solar eclipse from the moon.
Turn that back down. Tesla, we did have a long on it. 360. I took it live. I guess I closed it or stopped it. I think I placed the stop pretty tight. That has been stopped out. Now Tesla looking not so hot. This was, for me, where it needed to hold. This was a solid setup. Breaking out to all-time high. Originally looking for the higher low breakout. That was lost. Now breaking market structure here with the low Dunzo. I think it is worth looking at, though, that the death cross is right here on the day. Much closer than the SP death cross. Here we go. Much closer than the SP death cross, which is probably like weeks away. Tesla death cross right here on the daily. You can look back to 25 in April. It's 26 in April. The death cross was almost the exact bottom. If you expect that to play out again the same way, you'd be looking for, I don't know, along somewhere. I just don't like it now that it broke support. That support was meaningful. You've lost the 50-day. I don't see real further significant support on Tesla until like 295. The problem is you get down to 295 and this chart just starts looking bad. It starts looking really bad. You still would have a higher low. You know, you're still in this same kind of pattern, but it doesn't have the energy that I'd be looking for. The bullish momentum. It would feel like buyers are just not really enthusiastic. If you look at the swing low from December of 25 to January 26 on Tesla, you'll notice we have broken that low. So if we place our fib tool, the measured move target right on down here, that's some confluence overlapping with 295. The 200-week creeping up on it. Likely, if you see the 200-week reach 295 and prices there, I think that would be good for a bounce. Now, back to all-time highs, maybe a little ahead of ourselves, but at least to play back to the support we expected to hold, or I did, at 360. I think that could be a solid scalp. 295 to 360, close, and I don't know, I guess let the storm weather, see what happens. At this point, I'm hands off, though, on the Tesla. Maybe when the death cross happens. We should keep looking at that this week. That'll be a good tweet. Let me look at Meta. I haven't looked at stocks lately. I haven't looked at any charts lately. I've been so busy getting into this damn house. Yeah. I haven't looked at that in a while. Gotta zoom out. Holding trend line support. It's a little sketchy though. So good, so good. Go to the monthly, and I hate this chart. Look at this on the month. High, pullback, all-time high, higher low, lower high, break the higher low. Starts to look like a head and shoulders, right? Not a wonderful monthly take there. Meta did not do what we were looking for on indices, meaning backtest a previous high. You could say backtested a previous high here in this sense, but a macro previous high, it largely skipped the 380 mark. If we see this head and shoulders play out, I bet we'll find confluence right around that previous high. Where was that? Close. Doesn't overlap as I would have looked for. But still decent. I don't like this lower high breakdown thing. Not where you want to be bullish at. Close the quarter here. It's ready for a big move. This 21 last quarter's low. Okay. Meta. What are they talking about? Those nerds. Space nerds. Yeah, look at more there. What's up, Create? Subscribed. How are you, my friend? Winner the First also subscribed. 𝐒𝐴𝐵𝐿𝐿. Shalom, Cam, Alberta, and Kyle. Subscribed. Welcome, friends. We're watching some moon stuff. We're watching some nerd stuff and some charts. What's up, Flajudibus? How are you, man? What about Nike? Actually, I just bought a pair of Nikes, so I kind of actually want to check on Nike. Let's see. I just bought a new pair of Air Force Ones because these ones that I've had since 2021 are still good, but man, they're beat up. They need to be retired. The hell is this? Nike Class B. I hate stocks, dude. Just be the ticker, man. They don't have communications with the crew right now.
Deep Space Network. This is the first time humans have used the Deep Space Network in over 50 years, given that we currently use the tracking data relay satellite systems.
Nike, what's happening with you? This is unlike you, Nike. When did you start falling? This price action does not look like the previous price action for Nike, in all honesty. Since 1982, it's been pretty tightly coiled up to the right. You have had some moments, I will concede, you've had some moments of this kind of unraveling, lower energy, downward price action. We saw that here in 2016. You can say you saw it here in 2008. You can say you saw it here in 2000 or 1999. You can say that. But I think it doesn't look the same to me. It is that unwindy downward action. We have a downward channel, descending channel. We'd expect that to break to the upside at some point for a retracement. Damn, that's a huge gap. What happened to Nike? Who knows? Who knows what happened to them? Something happened to them at the end of March into the beginning of April. That is a big ass gap down. 18%. Maybe they missed quarterly, missed earnings or something. That is ugly as hell.
And thanks, Integrity, for that read. We had a handover during that time, so I'm going to have to ask you to give that read back on window orientation for the crew again.
Okay, we are happy to change it, but the way we have it configured right now is window 1 has a t-shirt shroud for the Z9 for
Nike really easy take here. Bounce at 40, or I'm really not sure what you're doing. Really, if you don't bounce at 40, I think you're heading into like 20s. That is weird. They must have had a really bad quarter. Let me refresh the chat. Mine's frozen up. They need some AI shoes. That's probably it. They really haven't gotten on the AI train, and that's why they're not doing well. That is not that. It sounds silly, but that's actually not the craziest take for this day and age. Yeah, it's down a lot. It's down a ton. It is Nike is down so much and so consistently over the last since 2021. It's like crypto. It hit its all-time high in 21, never came back. It's down so consistently and so much, 76%, that I could not call for a short play here. It'd be like chasing the top on a pump. There's like chasing a dump. Unfortunately, though, how do we even look for a bounce? How do we even look for that retracement? I don't think we can take it on the other side of the trade either. I think that basically this is no trade for me on Nike. I don't see a definitive, clear-cut support or resistance to play. Like I said, maybe 40. You don't bounce at 40, then what happens, right? If you get a run up to March's gap here, maybe you can short at 52. I think it's just neither for me right now. I think it's been a meme. Worst job market you've ever seen. Combo of companies cutting mode. AI shenanigans is wild. It's wild. We've had no job growth for years. That's what your pal told us. Oh yeah, tariffs absolutely hurting Nike. Nike, none of their shoes are made here, right? I bet they're getting hit with, yeah, they're for sure getting hit by tariffs. Well, I'm happy I took them. I helped them out. Bought a new pair. Holy smokes, this altcoins are going to pump so hard. Whoa, 𝐂𝐴𝐺. What do you mean? What am I missing? What are you looking at that we're not? It's like a total of 2, maybe? That thick spear. That's right, Vince. That thick. I mean, you know, teach their own. You know, teach their own, but I like the thick spears. The thick spears. Not seeing the pump here yet on total. Interesting, though. I guess worth noting and interesting, this is some pure ass hopium. On total, in 24, we saw a low. 25 in April, we saw a low. Here we go, January and 26, we saw a low. These lows are higher lows. If total 2 holds the low from February, each time it's returned to a higher high. I mean, if it holds the low, I think that's the bet. There could be some kind of asymmetric play there. Basically looking at a long and saying, if we break lower than April of last year, I'm out, and my take profit target can be all the way up here at a higher high. That can give you a solid risk to reward. That trade could be made. Interesting. I won't be taking that trade. No, thank you. I do think that total, like a Bitcoin, is looking for a little bit deeper of a retracement, maybe 1.1 trillion on total 2. Death Cross did not mark the bottom here. Oof. Dabushka. Getting distracted by the moon every once in a while, but they're not doing anything exciting yet. Oh no, we'll see you on the other side during Radio Silence the Apollo. What? Isn't it Apollo? Was it 11, 12? What, like maybe actually 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16. They all landed on the moon. Dropping frames. Dropping frames deeply. You might disconnect, actually. What is happening? That's so weird. What changed? You're super stable. You're doing super good. Hold up, let me check my router. Last reminder is around EarthSet and EarthRise. When you're viewing us back here at home, you'll be looking directly at Asia, Africa, and Oceania. So I'm sure people watching from those places here on Earth will want to give you all a wave. As these people here on Earth. Any other questions from me? For me? Hopefully we're still connected. Hopefully I didn't mess up my router by trying to update it. Unable to reach router. Oh wait, I'm not connected to my router. That's why. Not in the video. Rip. Absolutely. So I mean that the side of window 2 bitch. YouTube is preferred for imaging. Let me know when it comes back. There are issues with YouTube streaming today? Okay. Well, that'd be good. That'd be good if it wasn't just us. I think it is. This is us, though, right now. Recording standby. See if closing stuff helps. It never does, but you just got to do it. We're still dropping. We're really dropping. I'm going to close this for a minute. Chill out on the... Nah, dude. What's happening? Damn you, Comcast. I'm gonna have to go home with them. All good here? Is it, Randy? It's very bad on our side. Our side is saying very bad. Not receiving enough video. Very poor connection. That's also what my streaming software is saying. Saying we're dropping mad frames now. It's not recovering either. It's just so weird. It didn't work before the stream. It was bad. I restarted it. Then it was fine. It was fine for 30 minutes. And all of a sudden now it just can't keep the bitrate. It's not coming back. I messaged Comcast. Oh my. Oh my. Now it's choppy. Oh, it's gonna be. I can't believe it wasn't. If it wasn't, I don't know. It should be choppy. Choppy Tom better than no Tom. Aw. Thank you, sweetie. You're sweet. I don't know. I just know from experience that when this happens, it eventually is just gonna cut the stream. It's our first stream back. And there's nerdy space stuff going on.
Beautiful words, you guys. Thanks so much. And I got video of the science team right now, and they are all absolutely buzzing. Looking forward to today.
Okay, we're heading into the timeline. Cheers, guys.
Damn it. All right, I'll give it a little bit. I'm just going to try to push through. I do see the bitrate coming back a little bit. Not a lot of it. Sorry, guys. First stream in the new house after the move. Having some technical issues. Let's just look at some of these alerts we got over the last week and pray it goes away. It has not gone away yet, but let's pray. Bitcoin Cash breaking lower. Man, this looked so strong back in January and lost that mojo. Lower highs, lower lows, just broke another lower low at the end of last week, at the end of yesterday. Lower on the month. This was doing so well.
The first is the 𝐸𝐶, which is what you have right here. That's the Science Evaluation Room. They are embedded within Mission Control to provide science input.
Major support at 300. Probably the downside target if it continues. The downtrend is established. Uni. Uni versus Bitcoin. Why do we get an alert from this? I guess it broke support. Had been holding for a few months, heading lower. Honestly, I don't know why you'd be buying Uniswap. Like, people like guess used Uniswap for a little bit, like back in 21. I'm sure some of you guys did, but like, I don't know. I never really used it. Who's using it now? What is the, going forward value prop? I would say there isn't one. I'd retarget October's low on Uniswap BTC. SEI. Woohoo. All right, that's old. Closed its month down a solid 27% after 21, 20, 19, 28, and 30% down. At all-time lows, like last week. SEI really taking a beating. Any move on SEI is a knife at this point. Any buy is a knife. Maybe I'll look at it again, though, at 4.3 cents. Certainly feels like it's going to trade lower in between then and now. DJI, we already looked at these. Let's look at Oil versus gold. Continuing to break out, exactly as predicted. Said Carl the Moon. Breaking out there, higher highs. Where are we heading? I know there's a chart here for this somewhere, but we're doing blank charts. Wow, it is windy. Doors keep slamming. At a 40% upside, maybe more. 40% upside for oil against gold. I can see that. What would that put oil, or yeah, what would that put oil at right now? 157. If gold stays sideways, 157, new all-time high. I think it's absurd to me that people would bet that oil won't go to all-time high. You know what I mean? Like, even if you don't think it's going to go way higher and stay there for years or something, but like not even a wick. I feel like it's kind of crazy that people might be shorting it before then. 156 is our 1.618 move. It's that same 40-ish% that we're seeing on the oil versus gold chart. Back to previous support, back to the 618. Makes sense. I think that lines up.
Copy heart, copy bracelet.
How doing? 320. Huh. Not super interesting charts. The stream is like somewhat recovered, but we're still dropping all the frames, dude. This is bonkers. 16% over the last 2 minutes. That's like 0% is acceptable, but that's like way bad. Nearly 20% of the total frames. What's up, Bry Kaz? I'm back, Magician. That's right.